Taco, it is a very special week,
Yes,
specifically for the American investors, because
Yes.
they have 1.5 day less of trading for themselves.
exactly. But today, Thursday, Thanksgiving, US markets are closed. Also tomorrow, Black Friday, partially. They close at 7 in the evening, our
Correct.
time. And yes, it's something that we discussed before in this in these videos, and we already explained that the name Black Friday. Historically, there are more opinions about where it came from, and actually, I think the most probable is what Casper also said, that the entrepreneurs, they start to make profit from now,
Yeah.
including the sales, and their red figures, or possibly red figures, they become black figures.
they vanish, yeah.
But I found a fourth possible reason, and that was that in the 60s in Philadelphia, there was a annual Army-Navy football game, and a lot of tourists came to that game to watch it. And after the game, everyone went into the city center, the shops, and for the police it was like horrible, the traffic and everything. So the police called it a Black Friday, and that name became like related to that event and the shopping after. So maybe that's the one, I'm not sure. But anyhow, we know that it's tomorrow. I found a very interesting survey of Deloitte, and they did a survey amongst consumers about their plans for these holidays, these shopping holidays. And expected is that the Americans are on average planning to spend 76, dollars on average in these holidays. It's not only Thanksgiving and Black Friday, also Cyber Monday is included. So that's quite an amount. It's 30% more than last year.
Absolutely.
And the reasons that the plans they have with their spending is, of course, to buy more gifts. Also, they expect higher prices, which is quite obvious given the inflation. And also, people are planning to do this year more regular shopping. So you need the new trousers, and you think, I'm going to buy
Take
it
advantage
on
of Black Friday.
Another interesting point, the millennials, they are expected to have 43% of all the spendings for their account. So that's quite an
chunk,
active
yeah.
group, yes, within the consumers. And 2/3 of them, they're planning to buy gifts for themselves. So not as a gift for someone else, but for themselves. So I'm not sure if you are a psychologist what you can think about the group, but they are spending a lot, but mainly for themselves. Also, interesting to know that 2/3 of all the people planning to buy something these days, they are considering to do it during working hours. So don't tell your boss, but
That's why you went for a walk at midday. Oh, it's not Black Friday yet.
it's not yet, so it wasn't me.
You did some
Okay.
Thanksgiving covers.
The online spending, which is actually also possible during working time, but it's expected to continue with the annual growth of 9% per year. Well, anyhow, I think it's interesting, but also it's interesting to know as an event what will happen with the spendings this year. Of course, after COVID, it's already 2 years ago, well, even a little bit more. The recovery we saw last year, 197 millions of Americans, they participated in the shopping day, and that was an increase after a few years of due to COVID with less participants. And also very interesting to see what will be the impact of the inflation.
Absolutely.
Of course, maybe the turnover will be higher, but the people, the number of people participating, I'm not sure if everyone has enough money to participate. We discussed it before, no? Like,
I mean, the pot of the savings are running to an end. It's specifically in the US and also here. I think that the people saved, of course, a lot during COVID, but that is not infinite. And you see now with higher interest rates, people have to move the mortgage and everything. I think
it's interesting to see if it has its impact on this kind of shopping, but it wouldn't surprise me that all the records are beaten again and people are spending and we don't know where they
because the
get
labor
money from.
market is really strong. And
That's
also
true.
There's AI, this and that, and jobs are disappearing. But for this moment, it doesn't happen yet. Because also a lot of people are retiring.
Yeah.
A lot of the baby boomers are retiring now, and those jobs are being replaced by younger, fresh people. That's why I think the job market is so resilient. But,
as an investor, also interesting these days, but because of, first of all, of course, the trading hours. Today, it's Thursday, we're sitting in, US is closed.
Yeah.
And also the impact on the European markets, the volumes are lower. So of course, you need to know that it's closed. You can also not close positions if you were not aware of it and you want to sell the stock. No, it's not possible now.
You can only do it tomorrow, yeah.
And tomorrow, yes, and it's a reduced day, so until 7. So that's the first thing you need to know, the trading hours of the New York Stock Exchange. I think for the rest, yeah, it is difficult, of course, to expect if markets will go up or down, but maybe the statistics can help you a little bit with that.
I did some research on what the market did, and also I found it interesting. I mean, I'm going to share just one research report that I found. It's called the Thanksgiving Effect, and it's from a US company. It's called Quantified Research. And what appears is that when you take positions based on Thanksgiving, you will be profitable. I will explain a little more in depth. So I have 5 strategies that they checked during 63 years. So they went back to all 1960. So what if you would open a position the Friday before the week of Thanksgiving? So last Friday you would have opened a position long in the S&P 500 through an ETF or just buying a fund or whatever. So you're buying a position long in the S&P 500. Well, in that case, if you would have done that, 63 out of those 63 trades over the 63 years, and you would have been profitable 68% if you close that position on the evening of the close of Black Friday. So tomorrow evening at 7 is when you close the position. So you open them the week before Thanksgiving starts on the Friday, and you close them at Black Friday. 63 trades, 68% profitable. And how much profit will you be making? You will make on average 0.6%. So it's not tremendous. What if we turn it around to see what is the Thanksgiving effect after we had Black Friday, etc.? So that means you would open a position tomorrow evening at the end of the trading day at Black Friday, and you would close it in 1 week time. In that case, you will only have an average profit of 0.03%. So also still a profit, but nearly zero. So it's pretty funny to see that the result is not name-worthy. It's not worth to talk about. Then what if we extend the period a little bit? So we pull it all the way through towards December. So it's like a period of about 2.5 weeks. In that case, if you would open a position on the Monday of the Thanksgiving week, so this last Monday, you would have opened a position long in the S&P 500, and you close it on the first trading day of December. In that case, the chance that you would have made money is higher. It's 74%, so slightly more than the 68% of when opening the position Friday to Black Friday. So 74%, but the average profit is only 0.54%. So it's a lot of digits what I'm showing to you here, but I just want you to have a clear understanding what is the effect of Thanksgiving. So at this moment, we have had 3 strategies: opening the trade Friday, closing it at Black Friday, so just for 1 week. The second one was opening it on Black Friday and closing it 1 week after. That is not really worthwhile to talk about. And the last one is what is now actually the best day in the Thanksgiving week to open a position and close your position. So the average yield on a daily basis was always the best on the Wednesday to the Thursday.
Okay.
So in the Thanksgiving week, you have of course 5 trading days. The best result you would have had in those 63 years if you would have opened a position on Wednesday and you would close it on Thursday. It also depends a little bit, of course, when it's Thanksgiving, because like you said, if there's no trading today on Thursday, you can't close your position.
No.
But in general, that was the best result. On average, on those days, 0.23%. And to wrap my statistical story off with, what if you would look at the retail sector? For that, you need to look, in our case, we looked at an ETF, the Vanek Vectors Retail ETF. That ETF has the ticker code RTH. If you would have bought it the Friday before Thanksgiving and you close it tomorrow evening at Black Friday, the average return since this ETF has started was 1.26%, which is a higher result than the S&P 500 itself has done.
That's remarkable, no? That there is still something you would say it will be priced in after all those years. Yeah. People saying, there's more sales, so I'm going to.
But you could say it's priced in, because it's basically you open it Friday, last Friday, and it's closed on Black Friday. So the real result after, you only know on Monday how the Black Friday was.
Yeah, that's true.
So the prior result is stronger than basically buying just the S&P 500 if you buy the retail ETF. Conclusion: Thanksgiving, the best day to open a position is Wednesday to Thursday, and the retail sector on itself normally does about, I summarize it as that it does around 1% in the Thanksgiving week if you look at the Vanek Factors ETF.
Always interesting and very important to know that the markets.
And Casper is not here, but we're going to say, give us your thumb.
Give us your thumb.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye bye.